Hi, this is Kristen from Sheer Goodness. Today I'm going to teach you how to card wool on the Louet extra large drum carder. This is my favorite part of the wool process. And carding is the separating and untangling of individual fibers, combing them out and causing them to align parallel with one another. Let's get started. Now that we're at the carder, I recommend wearing your designated fiber apron. To begin, I have my bag of wool, and this has been processed to the point of washing and drying. And this is what it looks like. So we'll take a portion of it, and I usually place it on my lap. And we're going to start by what's called teasing open the fibers. In other words, we're going to open up the fibers, and it's called making a cloud. So we're going to make this thin enough that you can see through the fibers and open up the fibers. Now they do make things that can do this for you, but I prefer doing it manually. Okay, so this is pretty acceptable at this point. So one of the benefits of teasing the fibers open is it's easier to card, and it also reduces the chance of the fiber breaking. If you see any vegetable matter, go ahead and pick that out. So once we've made the cloud, we're going to place the fiber on the feed-in tray, and I'll be cranking this with my right hand and holding it with my left. We want the liquor-in drum to take up and pull the fiber away from me. If it cranks too hard, the most common problem is overfeeding it with too much fiber at a time. This is why it's important to tease the fiber open and do small amounts per time. You also want to make sure that you're feeding the fiber along the width of the drum evenly so the batt is even. Continue to tease open your fibers. There is some crimp on this fleece, and this is a Shetland fleece that I'm using today. So one benefit is you can leave the crimp in there if you'd like to leave some character into your batt. And you can do this by making sure you don't pass it through too many times. If you want to remove the crimp and you want a smoother batt, then go ahead and do several passes on your carder. As you're filling the drum, you need to make sure that you don't overfill the drum. So you want to be able to see the teeth at all times. If it gets so full that you can't see the teeth anymore, you know that you've overfilled it and it's time to take it off. So I'm going to continue feeding this in until this is completely full. The liquor-in drum serves the purpose of combing the fiber, which means it's removing the smaller, shorter fibers that wouldn't be suitable for spinning. This is a benefit of a drum carder versus carding by hand would be difficult. Once you've reached the part where it's difficult to see the teeth, you need to stop. If you can't see the teeth, it's not doing the combing job. So this is full, so we're going to go ahead and take this batt off and finish our first passing. Next, take your doffing pin, and we're going to be removing the batt. Rotate your drum so that the wooden strip is exposed. Other models will have a metal strip. Place the doffer pin under the wool and pry and lift upward. The longer the staple length, the more difficult it is to remove it from the drum. Shorter staple length is easier to remove from the drum. However, longer staple lengths are easier to spin, and shorter lengths are more difficult to spin. So I've lifted and broken an opening here so that now it is separated. You can use the doffer pin to remove the batt. I prefer to use my hands. So I'm going to use my hands with my two palms, and I'm going to gently pull away. I'm pulling them off the teeth. I'm going to rotate the drum backwards and continue lifting and pulling with both palms. It's okay if you leave a little fleece behind. This is only the first passing. There's no need to get every last bit at this time. The first passing comes off slightly more difficult compared to the second passing. Okay, now the batt has been removed. And this is the first passing. So it does need some additional passing. This is a 72 TPI. So the fibers have started to become aligned, but they're not all completely parallel at this point. So next we're going to take it back and we're going to do the second passing on this machine. Now that we have our batt, we're going to be tearing this in strips vertically to recard it a second time. I will be teasing open the fibers a second time, although it is much easier this time around. So continue to make a cloud and refeed through the carder. Be sure to distribute evenly amongst the width of the carder. You can blend multiple colors if you desire to do so. I do have some sheep that are both black and white, and I can choose to card them separately, or I can blend the colors together. You can see some of the crimp here did remain through the one pass. We are finished with the second pass and ready to remove it off of the drum. I can't wait to see what it looks like. For the second time, we're going to remove the batt. Place the doffer pin under the fleece. Pry upward. Flip to the other side. Pry upward. Use both hands to remove the batt. Rotate the drum backwards. You'll notice that the second pass and having a thicker batt, it will remove easier. Okay, the batt is removed. Let's take a look. So you can see what a difference this makes with just 2 passes on the 72 TPI. Much better than the first round. Very parallel. I would find this acceptable for spinning. Now that we have all of this beautiful carded wool, what can we do with it? You can spin it into yarn, or you can use it inside of a quilt as quilt batting. Check out my other videos for instructions on how to do this. We'll see you next time.